Jack Benny program.
Some made us laugh, others changed music forever. But behind the applause, they were being watched. FOIA Files, Case 003, Gracie Allen, George Burns, Jack Benny, and Mary Livingston. Throughout the 20th century, the U.S. government quietly documented the lives of entertainers, sometimes for legitimate threats, often for reasons that now feel like pure paranoia. Accusations of smuggling, secret affiliations, suspicious fan mail, and sometimes just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. In this episode of FOIA Files, we dive into the declassified documents that shadowed some of America's most beloved celebrities. These aren't conspiracy theories. They're the real reports, notes, and memos pulled straight from the vault. Jack Benny, the master of deadpan delivery, violin gags, and perfect pauses, became a titan of radio and early TV. His long-running Jack Benny program shaped the landscape of American comedy. His real-life wife, Mary Livingston, was equally iconic as his sarcastic foil, often stealing scenes with a single line. Though she was famously shy off mic, her on-air persona was sharp, quick, and unforgettable. Together, they helped define a golden era of broadcast entertainment. Gracie Allen and George Burns were more than a comedy duo. They were a phenomenon. Their marriage and partnership launched in vaudeville and soared through radio, film, and television. Gracie's signature dizzy logic and impeccable timing made her a household name, while George's dry wit was the perfect counterbalance. Together, they headlined The Burns and Allen Show for decades, leaving behind a blueprint for comedic chemistry that few have matched. America's favorite comedy foursome was known for laughter, not larceny. But in 1939, the FBI got dragged into a scandal involving radio stars, diamonds, and an angry maid. An anonymous letter, typed on Hotel Huntington stationery, detailed a murky series of events involving a $16,000 diamond allegedly smuggled from Europe by Mary Livingston, Jack Benny's wife. It accused Benny and George Burns of bringing jewelry from Paris without declaring it, and claimed the entire operation was cloaked in real estate and bank accounts tied to shady dealings in Los Angeles. The turning point wasn't a wiretap or a sting. It was a maid, a dinner party, and a mouthful of bad timing. In the fall of 1938, guests gathered at the New York home of Justice Edgar J. Lowour, a sitting state Supreme Court judge. But this wasn't just any dinner. Among the guests were George Burns, Jack Benny, and an undercover smuggling ring no one saw coming. The family's maid, Rosa Weber, a German national, became enraged after hearing anti-Hitler comments at the table. She famously interrupted the meal to say, "I'm a true German. I love Adolf Hitler. If you don't stop speaking against him, I'll stop serving the dinner right now." Then she walked out and straight to federal authorities. What followed was explosive. Agents raided the Lowour apartment and uncovered undeclared furs, jewelry, and apparel smuggled in from Europe. The goods were traced back to a man named Albert N. Chaparral, a self-proclaimed diplomat and serial smuggler who furnished luxury items for celebrities and high society. Elma Lowour, the judge's wife, had already been caught once. In 1937, she paid over $10,000 in customs penalties. Now, she was facing a second offense. Chaparral went to prison for 2 years. Jack Benny and George Burns pleaded guilty and paid fines. Elma Lowour received 3 months in jail and a $2,500 fine. The punchline? It was the maid who blew the whistle and walked away with a $6,714 federal informant reward. After it was all over and the rumors died down, people pondered how one simple maid almost took out 4 of Hollywood's most beloved radio and screen stars and turned Hollywood on its head. What started as a petty dinner argument became a minor scandal splashed across the headlines. No prison time for the foursome, no charges, just an expensive public embarrassment and a permanent place in the FBI vault. Thank you for watching the FOIA Files. Please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.